Welcome. Welcome to watching with Styles. Man, we got a W, y'all. We haven't tasted a W in a couple weeks, and it is always good to have a W, regardless of how you get it. Appreciate you, Lake Dog. And this wasn't a bad W. This was a dominant W. This is the kind of W that you would like to see when we face an opponent that is obviously not up to our caliber. And like I said after last week's game, this game, the first quarter is so important. Now, we didn't score the points that I would have liked to see, but the game against Georgia didn't continue for 6-7 days to this game. So that was a good sign. It was a good sign to see these guys come out and play as well as they can play on this day. Was it perfect? No. Was it as exciting? Probably not to some people. But nonetheless, it was a really good win after a tough week of football. So I think this was going to be the hardest game to come out after that Georgia. So for them to do this, man, I am. What's up, Swole Guy? Best win in my opinion because you left a lot to learn. Look, as AJ said, this is as a coach. As a coach, you love these kind of wins, as AJ said, because you won in a dominant fashion, but you also have a lot of film to go over, a lot of mistakes to correct. It's the little things. What's up, Benjamin? Here's the thing that I'm gonna talk about both sides of the ball. I've played both sides of the ball before. The really, really great teams minimizes their mistakes, which affords you a larger margin of error when you minimize your mistakes. Because the other team will factor in to the outcome of the game and will factor in to affect how you play. But when you play with minimum mistakes, your margin of error grows because you're not beating yourself. So when you're not beating yourself, you have room to make a mistake or for them to out-athlete you. For example, for the coach to call the perfect play against your call, for the ball to bounce a weird way. So when you don't make mistakes, you allow yourself for all those things that you can control to happen with you still having a great game. So there are some things we have to tighten up. If Wilcox dedicates himself to the game, he can be good. See, like, dog, I don't know the whole story. I really don't. Obviously there's something going on, but I don't know. That is a tough situation from a guy whom I feel like you have to respect the game in a certain manner. And when I say that is when you get to this level, you got to do the little things off the field. Because we all know, we've seen the games that he's played, that he can really get it done. But on this level, everybody can get it done. As we've seen, DSK can get it done, and he hasn't had the opportunities. So obviously he can get it done. So that's not the question. The question is, can you comport yourself in the right manner when people are not looking or when we are expecting you to do certain things and comport yourself a certain way? That's the problem. I still haven't seen anything but highlights. Posse, no, Posse. Dude, Posse, you on YouTube. Shit. Or you on Twitter, Posse? Because I can't do this, Posse. I can't do this. I need you to show yourself. And I don't want you to show yourself to the masses because I don't want you to unmask yourself when you don't want to. But why haven't you watched the game, Posse? Are you a true Kentucky fan? Because you got that Power K as your whatever icon or whatever on YouTube. But are you a true blue fan, Posse? And I need to know what that name means, because is it Peanut BTR Posse? Is that BTR Baton Rouge? See, I don't want to look too deep in there because now I start getting crazy. Vandegrift played a good game. There are some things I'm going to say that I didn't like, but then there was a lot of things that I did like. Come on now, Posse. Don't be giving me the... If you sick, Posse, man, you get well. I appreciate you watching the show when you sick. But yo, that was yesterday. What happened to Saturday? You say I was at work yesterday. Oh, it is Sunday. My bad. Jeez, man, my days. I'm getting old too. So, as a whole, I think the game went well. And I'm going to say some stuff about the end of the game that y'all not going to like. I just want y'all, until we get to that point, think about this. We had the ball on the 9-yard line with 1 minute with 96 seconds left on the clock. Remember that. We got the ball on the 9-yard line with 96 seconds left on the clock. And we orchestrated that drive to perfection until the last two plays. The last two plays. Van House. Listen, y'all. The rollout, the call rollout is cool. How sustainable it is. We don't rely on the rollout all the time. I mean, we had a lot of drop. I'm going to have to chart that, AJ. I'll tweet this out tomorrow. I have to chart how many true dropbacks and true rollouts we had yesterday. Shit. Man, does it not seem like that game was like 2 or 3 days ago? To say yesterday seems weird. And it was actually yesterday. Was it because it was an early game? It wasn't even. It was 11:45 game, wasn't it? Damn. It feels like that game yesterday was at least 2 days. At least. Right? Or is it just me? Am I the only one that this game feel like it was more than yesterday? Crazy. That's what that 11:40. It's got to be the kickoff, because I honestly right now I've said it. I think I've said it more than once. Like, this game felt like it was definitely a couple days ago. Weird. Very weird. But I don't know, AJ. Look, the rollout for me is actually for a team that is having problems with pass pro. Getting the quarterback outside the pocket is probably the way to go. Now, here's the deal. I'm not sure you can eat on what is the full rollout, but as I've said before, if you can run the ball, rollouts are not a problem, because the defense has to respect the run game. So when you have a run game and you roll out, I don't see a problem with it, because the defense has to respect the run action. So that's the key to having a valid run game. And so then when you do, excuse me, used to play action fake, it's believable. How many times we passed? 27 times? I'll say out of the 27 passes, how many were boots and rollouts? Definitely less than 10. 6 maybe? Here's the thing. There's also nothing wrong with moving the pocket where it's not a rollout. It's just a move the pocket over the tackle. So I don't have a problem with it. But you're the second person that's brought that up, AJ. Interesting. I used to make sack lunch with my daughter and go around handing them out to homeless. Ah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Posse. That's good shit. Posse, him and his daughter used to hand out lunches to homeless, and they call themselves the Peanut Butter Posse. That's cool, brother. Thank you, Benjamin. It feels longer than just. It doesn't feel like it was yesterday. So, what was I getting at? Watching this Kansas City game too and trying to do multiple things at once. But here we go, y'all. First play of the game. And I honestly thought this was a good play design. There were a couple of good play designs that Bush came out, which means to me that we are saving some shit. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this now. So hear me out. If you have followed me for some time, you know how I feel about Eddie Gran. This is getting Eddie Gran-ish a little bit. It's the little unnoticeable changes that I see Bush making. I still don't think he knows what he has as this team. I still don't think they have a true identity as a play caller where he can rely on, okay, if we call this play, we getting the yards I need. So like, for example, if you get to 2nd and 10, first down play, unsuccessful. A play caller needs a play that can get him 4 to 5 yards. What is that play for him? I don't think he knows the play for this team. I will say we got him 1st and 30 and 2nd and 23 in situations still got first downs. So something is happening. It's starting to brew up a little bit. I think the O-line is getting better. Because here's the thing. It's weird that when we get pressure on the quarterback, it's cool. But when other teams get pressure on us, it's not cool. It's going to happen. What drives me crazy is taking a shot on first down rather than 2nd and short. We're always seeing the play for just getting a first down in 2nd and short situations. I don't think that's I don't know, Mike. This is the thing about play calling. Is on both sides of the ball, each coach has a tendency. So sometimes we as outsiders, the word that's used a lot is sometimes you can outsmart yourself. It's not that you're outsmarting yourself. A lot of times it's the guy on the other side of the ball doing something that he is not, he doesn't normally do. So for me, if I get into 2nd and 5, what do they like to run when they are behind the chains as a defense? And what do I like to run when I'm ahead of the chain? See, sometimes I don't know when we do it. I know when I was at UK, we self-scouted ourselves. So you got a report on what you like to call in every situation. And on every part of the field, you got a report. So now it's up to you as a coach to say, fuck the report. I'm going to do what I do, or I might have to change it up a little bit. If it's 80% I do this, then you might need to look at yourself and say, okay, if we are self-reporting, then they're going to see it too. So that's why it's hard, man. A lot, we look at it only through our lens, and there's too many other lenses to look at it through. In today's game, there's just too much information available to everybody. So sometimes that's the hard part about it, is what do you do with that information? How do you process that information? And sometimes analysis can paralyze you. And so there's a line there where you can cross and become too dependent on analysis. Sometimes you got to do it by what you see. That's why, for me, honestly, I hate scripted plays. For me, I like where for example, just a crazy example. On Monday, I come into the team meeting with, okay, guys, I got 30 plays that has potential of hurting this opponent. I got 30 plays. Then we have the rest of the playbook. But these 30 plays are what I feel like as a coach right now, watching them, having my assistant scout them. These are the kind of things that hurt this team. So now we go out Monday. We try to execute. Okay. 8 of them plays we just suck at. All right. I wiped them 8 off off. Now I'm down to 22. Okay. So now 22. Okay. All right, guys. On Tuesday, we get to 20. All right. Y'all can only truly digest 10 of these plays. So those are the 10 plays that I feel like can hurt the opponent. So let's say it's 15. Let's say it's 15 plays that we can honestly execute at practice how I want them to execute it under different circumstances, under different coverages, etc. So then I take those 15 plays and I put them 15 plays on my script. Now I can run those 15 plays out of any formation, but I'm gonna run them how I want to run them. Now, when it gets to, let's say the first play is successful. Okay, I go to the second play. Second play unsuccessful. Now I'm in 2nd and 10. That third play gets me 5. I'm at 3rd and 5. I just don't automatically run the 4th play. I run my best 3rd and 5 play. So that to me is, I don't know, because I don't know how true this is, but I've heard like people script the plays and they run through them. I don't personally like that, because the game situation dictates what play you can run. What if your 4th play is something that takes time and you got a 3rd and 2? Why would I call a play that's really a slow developing play? Because it's on my script. I'm not an OC, I don't know how they do it, but that's how I feel. Where do you see Marlon fitting in? Ooh, who is Marlon, AJ? Feel like Dane has put himself squarely in the one option role that's now. I thought Macklin could be out there. Oh, you meant Macklin. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I got you, AJ. Look, I don't think we have a certified number one. I honestly don't think there's many teams who have a bona fide number one. I would say this: in college, I would rather not have a bona fide number one. I think that's a week-to-week basis. I think for this game, with them playing not in your face press man, I think that allowed Dane Key to flourish, and he had a game. So I don't think you can game plan Dane as a number one. I don't think any opponent is game planning against Dane Key being number one. I just don't. So I think Macklin is your dude in certain situations. Each week is different, man. Each week is a different week. But I didn't like not seeing him much at all yesterday. Hey, it's gonna when you have here's the part when you feel like the coaches say, when it feels like they say they have to give Baron Brown 7 touches, that means those are manufactured. So let's say you run 60 plays. So now that's 7 plays that's definitely going to Macklin. you're going to run the ball probably 30 times. So now we had 37 plays out of 60. So now you got 23 plays left. Where are those 23 touches going to come from? That's when it gets tough. You should probably, and these are not manufactured, I'm just saying this is probably what's going to happen. The tight end probably going to get 5 touches. So now you're down to 18. So then you got 18 opportunities for probably 4 more receivers. It depends on what the defense gives you. I don't think that certain situations will dictate it to go to Dane Key. I think there's a play call and you react to the coverage. And I think that's how you do it. If they play this is your guy in conflict. It's either or, things like that. So then also there's situations like this in a football game. You know, AJ, you run routes and receivers tap themselves out. If you tap yourself out in the wrong situation, that play might have been your play. So I'm not worried about Maclin yet. I'm going to say this, being selfish, just between you and I, AJ. There ain't nobody else watching. Selfishly, as a member of the BBN and as a former player, if we can get Dane Key and Maclin back and get Brock back in Bush second year, I think I like that. But shh. I didn't say that. AJ, I thought Maclin was going to be a stud. I mean, here's the thing, y'all. See, when y'all get too hyped, and maybe I say too much with this too. I don't think a stud is the case. Maclin, I don't know what y'all definition of stud is. Maclin has never been that dude anyway. Like now, you expect him to be better here against better competition than he was at North Texas. It ain't gonna happen. He's stepping into a situation with better talent around him, going against tougher competition. I'm not sure what your expectations were from him. He's not going to put up big numbers every week, especially when we're rotating guys. It just ain't gonna happen. There's nobody who's gonna put up big numbers every week. Dane Key had his week this week. Has Dane caught 100 yards every week? No. Opponents, schemes dictate a lot. Mike Morton, I've been a play caller for going on 20. Mike, who you play calling for? I don't like it either, Mike. I don't like. This is coming from a player standpoint, not from a coach. As a player, I don't like that many plays anyway. Because then I like to be confident in plays. I'm not confident in the volume of plays. I'm confident in the plays that I know that me and my guys can execute. Period. I don't need 5 million plays. I don't mind 5 million formations or variations. I just need 5 million plays. I'm gonna just tell you this. This is just me. Maybe I'm wrong because I've never called offensive plays. I can deal with 5 concept plays and run them out of different personnel in different formation, and I think get the same feeling. That's just me. But that's coming from a guy who's never called offensive plays, so take that with a grain of salt. Why do we hear about the tight end room every year, but don't? Peanut butter posse. Let me hip y'all to something. Shh. Again, this is just between you and I, peanut butter. We ain't got, boy, shit. You know when you say something, you're like, damn, that doesn't sound right. That's bad. We have not had a difference maker tight end since probably Jimmy Whalen. And what I mean by that is even though we have a good tight end room, we don't have a guy where you can put him one-on-one and just know you're getting a first down. We just don't. We have good tight ends where we know they are all around tight ends. They can pass, they can run. They can pass block. They can run block and they can catch passes. There is not one guy on this roster that you can flex him out from the tackle so he's not in line with the tackle and tell him to go beat a linebacker or a safety on a choice route. He's going to beat them all the time. I think we get enamored with the good tight ends that we've seen, like when Iowa, not like when Iowa has tight ends, like when Kyle Pitts, like when Brock Bowers with the other tight ends, Georgia. Like, we don't have those kind of tight ends. We have solid tight ends. They are guys whom you can potentially scheme open. But I, as a quarterback, I don't feel confident that on 3rd and 5 that they're going to beat their defender one-on-one. I just don't. I feel like that's going to happen. Plus Harley and look, man. And when Gilmore comes back next year, it's okay. Who you coaching Central Florida, Mike? The Wilcox. So, Mike, are you just a I don't know how to say this. Are you a fan of Kentucky football, or you just a coach? I don't want to say just a coach. Are you a coach who likes watching these breakdowns of Kentucky football? The Wilcox show yet? Look, Johnny K. Johnny K, you've been watching me for a long time. You was watching me last year. I know you were, when I was pumping up Wilcox as taking time away from Ray Davis before the season started. The stuff he showed on film, man, I'm like, he is perfect for us. So he has the ability to be that dude at running back. Obviously, there's some things that hindering the coaching staff from trusting him. OU coach said he was targeting BB, afraid of his speed. Well, what do you mean by that, Steven? I'm just strolling down to y'all know when that Jacob Tammy. Did Jacob Tammy come after Waylon or before? You right. I'm sorry. AJ, my bad. Waylon was playing with A. White. So he was okay. Since Jacob Tammy. You're right. UL has a beast of a tight end. I thought Anderson Caddis. Whoa. So, peanut butter. I want you to understand this. There's 7 rounds of the draft. We don't have a first, second, or third round draft pick. So, no. Pops is a season ticket holder. Okay. Okay, good, Mike. I appreciate it. Mike, do I know you, Mike? Personally? Name sounds familiar now that you say that. Adam Luckett put out the stat. Wilcox has like 16 years. Dude, look, man. Say they couldn't simulate speed or better. Oh. Why is OU worried about? Who is did you say OU, Steven? Oh. I'm thinking, man, when you said OU, I'm automatically thinking of Oklahoma. I got you. Ohio. Got it. My bad, Steven. I'm slow today. Look, man. And here's the thing, Mike, that I like about Wilcox is he's making guys miss in a phone booth, which is subtle shifts. That's what I like. I like a guy who you can't touch in a phone booth. If you can't touch him in the phone booth, it's hell's on wheel in open field. And he's still not, for me, just watching him, he still hasn't reached his ultimate. Not in a bad way, but I just know he's a redshirt freshman with another year in the strength and conditioning, with another year of being able to see the field and see how defenses attack and the speed of the game. He's adapting to the speed of the game pretty quickly. Just imagine when the game really slows down. Like some of these things, I can see that the game hasn't 100% slowed down to him, but when it slow down, man, he is gonna be a problem. Took me a minute and a half, and I'm not having to talk to figure out it wasn't. Oh yeah, that's 15 minutes on 19 carries. That's ridiculous. So that means he ain't been touched by the first guy, because you're only making guys miss with the first one. And how many times have I said on my show and on Wednesdays 9 p.m. with Anthony White on the locker, how a great running back, a good running back in D1, the first guy should not touch him, and that's scary. All right. First play. I thought this was a well-designed play. I thought this was well done. Give Brock an easy pass. Get Demi out in space. And we get 10 yards plus. That, you couldn't have started the game off better. What just happened? Now I'm dealing with new software, brothers and sisters. So if I hit the wrong button, I apologize. They used to have a slow. All right. I haven't practiced enough. All right. I personally don't like bounce. I just don't. When you bounce, you give the defense, you give this side of the ball more time to react. And then it gives them time to beat you to the point. And I don't like it. I like downhill. So for me, and I understand bouncing is something that is definitely something that is an advantage, but I like this. Oop, I got the wrong thing up, y'all. Gonna give me some time. I like that crease right there. Let's just get up in there. Let's get up in there, hit that, and see what we can get. Because, listen, as a defensive guy, but I played offense my whole life until college. I want people to understand this. I am truly an offensive guy. I want to be 2nd and 7 or below consistently. And that means we got to press the hole a little bit longer, because there is something there. I'm not saying that he's going to get 10 yards. And that's a hard thing to understand, is 2nd and 7 is better than 2nd and 10. All right, I got some statements to read. I used to play a lot in Athens. Okay, Stephen C. Athens, Georgia. If Barry and Dane go to South Carolina, does that make Beamer our daddy? If Barry and Dane goes to South Carolina, that would be crazy. Because if Barry and or Dane is not playing here next year, they're going to the league. Vanda made it big time. You're doing numbers, my guy. What am I doing? Crazy numbers? I don't have that up for me to see. I don't even know. I appreciate y'all sharing. If I'm doing numbers like that, if anybody want to advertise, I'm down for that. So I don't know what numbers I'm doing. Is it that much? Is it that crazy, Kentucky? Because if you're saying that, it means I'm going crazy. I'm thinking Carolina was high on the list when they came. Oh yeah, Athens, Ohio. My bad, Steven. So for me, here is where you need to be. All right. Now, I'm not a running back. Only played it a few times. And I know how hard it is. It's easy for someone to say it here. But I think when you go outside, you allow the defense time to react. Yeah, peanut butter. They're not leaving, though, and they are juniors. If Barion Brown is leaving, I would say this. I would say maybe one. If we're going with this scenario, I would say one could go. I honestly don't think Barion Brown is coming back. I think Barion Brown is going to the league. You can't coach speed, and that doesn't mean how high he's going to go. But then there's look, man, there's so many factors with deciding to go to college. I mean, leaving early to go to the NFL. Do I like school? That's big. Do I want to deal with stuff you got to deal with as a college student? It means going to class. Do I want to get to a situation where I can just hone my craft and that's all I got to worry about? Those are big things. So I would say this. If one leave, I can possibly see that. I don't think they're both going. One of them is going to the league. And I honestly think if Dane Key keeps, as AJ asked, if he becomes the number one receiver and he averages 80-some yards a game receiving, he's going to the league too. 2.7K? Okay. That is getting up there. I appreciate that, Kentucky. I appreciate y'all for watching, man, especially if y'all stand alone. USC can't pass. Yeah, that's a good point, Swole Guy. That's a good point. Sellers is, yeah. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I missed the end zone cut because I can't see what's going on, but I can see some things. Like this right here. We got to get a better release. See, this is my concern. Let me see. Let me use some other tools, y'all. I'm practicing on y'all tonight. Where's the other two? Oh, that's not good. Gotta get that size a little bigger. Oh, see that right there? Oh, yeah, buddy. See, let me use a different color. See that right there? See, so now I can highlight, then I can get off of it. This gotta be a better release. See what I'm saying? He's up in your grill. You gotta get a better release. You gotta work some at the line of scrimmage. Gotta work some at the line of scrimmage, not just run straight into him. There's no one open. I like the timing. Get the ball out of your hands. Let your athletes try to get something for you. The bad thing about it is we lost on first down. So now we're in 3rd and long. So you got to get the ball out in front. When you don't get the ball out in front, now Barion has to right now stick his foot in the ground and make one move. It's 3rd and 7. We cannot get back here and dance. Turn around, make one move, boom, boom, square yourself up and get as much as you can. If the ball was thrown out in front, if it was thrown in here, now we catch it and try to use our speed to get to the sideline. But since it's thrown behind him, right now, though, you can't stop anymore. You cannot stop. You cannot do that. Now you're just allowing the fat boys to peel back. You're allowing these guys more yards to gain. You can't do it. This is something that you do in high school. You can't do in college. Once you turn around on 3rd and 7, you got to get up the field, make one move, only one. You cannot keep going backwards. Just can't. Not in this league. first play defense. I can't remember who called me out with this. I normally have done a first play on defense, sets the tone. JJ Weaver, great job, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing from JJ Weaver. I'm liking it. Look how many people they put on my boy. Look how many people they put on my boy Deone Walker. Look at that. Or I could go back to the highlight tool, right? Could go back to that. Look how they doing my boy. Dude, how many people is that? Is that one? Ooh. I can't do it. That's 3 people on Big Deone. So when you got 3, somebody better win a 1-on-1. And lo and behold, Big Weaver won his 1-on-1 battle. That's how you do it. And we get a pressure. I don't know where he's throwing, but it looks like he would have had to throw it. Ooh, I got another one for y'all. Looks like he would have had to throw it over Pop's head, which I'm not sure that's possible. Your boy got new tools at his disposal. Look at that. I don't know if he's going to try to throw through him or not. Let me read some of these statements. They both had good freshman years, both had sophomore slump. Now both got weight on them. What's holding them back? I don't know, Posse. I'm peanut butter. I don't know what were your expectations from them, because then I can answer your question. Barion Brown is getting sort of in his toolbox with route running. He's not quite there yet, but he's gotten better. He is an athlete. He's not quite a receiver yet. He's an athlete playing the position. Dane Key is a much better route. Dane Key is closer to being a finished product than Barion Brown. But one thing you can't do is coach speed. You cannot coach speed. Like you can't coach size in basketball, you cannot coach speed. So therefore, that speed is something that is going to always intrigue a coach. Always. That's going to be his advantage. Teddy Ginn Jr. was not a route running guy, but he had one thing you can't coach is speed. And he played in the NFL a long time. I remember when I was only 21, I just keep doing your thing. I don't know what that means, Kentucky, because I'm behind. Van, me and Tyler Jam have this debate weekly on how to get Barion ball. What are your 3 to 4 plays you'll run from? All right. I'm going to say this. I'm not running jet sweep. I don't think there's certain people who can run jet sweep. I don't think he has that ability, in my opinion. Routes I will run. How am I going to give him the ball? I like when they line them up in the backfield and motion them out. I'm not sure he's the greatest screen runner, but screen and jet sweeps are the easiest way to give guy with speed. But I don't think he has the feel for open spaces. So the route I would like for him to run, which is kind of weird that he doesn't run it as much, is that over route when he's a slot and he runs complete across the field. I mean, I'll show you a pass to Dane Key. I think it's in this half. Like those are the routes I would like to. It's kind of like, I don't know if you can remember back to 21, the routes that Wandale ran. But the thing about it, man, this is the thing that hurts Barion Brown. It's also timing. I don't know if I can show it. Yeah, I can show it because I saw it. So I'll show you. No, I don't know if I put all the replays in. Like when Dane Key is running routes, and I say this on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself and Anthony White on the locker, is wide receivers should never run at full capacity. It's never you're never at 100%. If you run a 10 flat 100, your route run is never at a 10 flat 100. It's hard to control. Now, here's the thing from a DB standpoint is you can make it look like you're running a 10 flat 100 without running a 10 flat 100. I don't know if you picking up what I'm putting down. You can make it seem like something and not be that. And if you watch Dane Key on some of these routes, it's about timing. And if you run it too fast, the timing is off as far as where the window is dictated to be. So there's some times where you got to choke it down to be able to match the timing of the ball handling on play action fake. So there's play action fake where if they're faking the zone read, that zone read is a slow play. So if I'm running just throwing off a route, if I'm running a slant and I run a slant full speed and I miss that window between the Sam linebacker and the middle linebacker, and now I'm closer to the Mike linebacker than I would be, now my pass, I might not pass it to you because now I got to throw it over the Mike linebacker to get you open. Then if you were patient at the line of scrimmage, maybe widen that cornerback out before I ran my slant, now you're in the window that you're supposed to be. Or you're supposed to choke it down in the window anyway, and I'm running too fast, and as I choke it down, I'm still closer to the Mike linebacker. Those are the little fine details in running routes. I think Berrien's getting better. I don't think he's at 100%. So the 3 to 4 plays I would run is I would definitely run a 9 route, but then I would make an adjustment. All right, Berrien. See, now this is the problem. Can he handle this? Berrien, if the guy guarding you, if the corner guarding you, has you locked down over the top, right? He's over the top of you. Break that down 9 route to a corner route, to a comeback, because you're not going to get over top. He's playing that soft. Don't run the 9 route into the corner. Just break it. I would like that. I think they have been starting to run these deep out routes. The advantage of running a deep out route for Berrien is if the corner thinks he's running deep, he can break it off and run an out route. It's kind of very similar to what I just did about the comeback. So those are the 2 routes, and then I like for him to run the over route. So those are the 3 plays that I would like to see him run. If they're in man, if you catch somebody in man, run that 9 route, and if he's over the top, break it off. The deep out route, which they are doing, in the over route. Haven't been on here in a minute. This is Derek Petrie, VH. Execution look a little better on offense Saturday. Hope they can get Brian going. Who is Brian? Derek, who is Brian? Because I'm thinking you're talking about offense. Second one down and second from left. Is that the theorem? Second one there. I don't know what you're talking about, Johnny K. I'm just salty. I genuinely thought we were finally going to have an offense. Well, peanut butter, here's the deal. And I know y'all, since someone said, I can't remember who said it, Johnny K, someone said, we're doing numbers. Look, y'all, I want y'all to understand, this show is not produced. This show is, in my opinion, ran by y'all. If y'all have questions, this show is going to last, I'm going to tell you right now, this show's going to last 2+ hours. To watch with Styles breakdowns, you are going to probably put in close to 2 hours a half. I apologize. That's just how we do here. I try to not try. I answer every question that's posed to me, and that makes it interactive. So I think I'm giving something to y'all as fans. So I apologize that I've only gotten through. Oh, okay. I got through there. I'm on the first play of their drive. I'm just salty. Look, Posse, here's the thing. I want you to understand this. We haven't had a 3,000-yard passer since Heartline. So if you're looking for high-octane offense, you're not going to get it. There's too much turnaround, and our identity is not that. Remember, this is still just the fourth game. I want you, Pies, to go back to 2021, which was the best offense in recent history with Coach Stoops. Go back and look at the first 4 games of that season. It was rough sledding. We had a great first game. Then we had a Chattanooga game. Then we had the Florida game. It's tough when you got a new OC, a new quarterback. It is tough to generate that bond and that timing and everything offensively. That's why I said earlier, that'd be nice if these guys came back for a second year run the same system. So it's difficult. It's highly difficult. I never expect them to be crazy offense where we're going to have a 3,000-yard pass as a quarterback. We're going to have a 1,000-yard receiver, maybe an 800-yard receiver, then maybe no, I didn't expect that. What I expected is an offense that can put points on the board, sustain drives, and put pressure on opponents where we score points. Now they know they have to score points against the strength of this team is the defense. There's too much talent and experience that return on the defense more than an offense. So never expected the offense to be comparing ourselves to these high octane offenses in this conference and in this country. It wasn't going to happen. But I did expect a better showing. They've only had the Georgia game wasn't bad. The bad game was South Carolina game. If they have a better South Carolina game, they're 3-1. And I'm feeling good after losing to Georgia, 13-12. I'm feeling damn good about this team. If we beat South Carolina like we should have, and we're sitting here 3-1 after dominating 2 non-Power 5 teams, dominating them, putting Georgia on the ropes, and now we're going to Ole Miss. There's nothing better than that. So that South Carolina game is the only one. Yes, think he's better in the slot. I think that's burying. If the refs can't see the ground calls of fumble, they really can't see. He's a DB. Oh, Ty Bryant. Okay. These new viewers ain't even seen your triangles yet. So, guy, you're right. Hey, I haven't had anything. Haven't had a pass yet. Oh, I'm gonna have one. Swole guy. But that's the second half when Max intercepted the ball. So wait until tomorrow. I really enjoy some of the young kids in this game. Look, it's unfortunate. No, it's not unfortunate. The defense has some really good young guys. Like really. The Souls kid is playing, to me, above his weight class already. And we still have Robinson and the twins. I saw a little bit from Nichols. I still haven't seen Addison yet. And then Afari gonna move to the inside. There is some talent. Do you think we were ready for the speed of Ole Miss offense? They use most in switch routes. Yeah, man. No doubt about it. Brian, I don't think we live in quarters that much. I really don't. It's hard to see this game, but I honestly think we play a lot more match zone than we play quarters. But I do understand your trepidations from that South Carolina game. That was fucking ridiculous. Here's the deal, Brian, and you would know since you were DC, is if our eyes are good, we will be successful in quarters. If our eyes are not good, that's the problem. We have been getting pressure with 4 guys a lot. So that means you got 7 in coverage. I feel real good if we can put pressure on with 4. I feel real good. Again, the key to every game is stop the run. We stop the run, force them into getting there behind the chain. I feel the same way I felt when we played them a couple years ago down there. I'm not scared of them. you're going to have to prove to me that their defense is stout against a team that can run it down your throat. You're going to have to prove that to me. If you can't, then I'm cool. I like our matchup with Ole Miss more than I like our matchup with other teams like Tennessee. So I'm not afraid of it. We played against that offense a couple years ago. They're going to get their yards. They're going to get their points. Just don't get over 24. If they don't get over 24, I feel good about our chances. Oh, Steven C., there are weaknesses in our defense for sure. I was hoping for a high-octane offense, too. You're not going to get – look, man, I'm going to tell you this. You're not going to get a high-octane offense from a Stoops team. It just ain't going to happen. When I'm thinking of high-octane, I think of Tennessee. That's high-octane. I think they can be explosive, which we kind of have shown the explosiveness of it. We're just not consistent. And thing about it is we get explosive on a play, but then we're not consistently explosive. And I don't mean 10, 15, 20-yard plays back to back to back. What I mean is getting explosive, then getting a 2nd and 4. Getting explosive, getting a 2nd and 2. Like that is when you put defenses on their heels. Is when you get explosive, then you back it up with another stand ahead of chain. Then stay ahead of chain and get a first down. Then you get another explosive. Then you just keep. That's when you get defense on their heels. It's very hard to continually get 30-yard, 40-yard chunk plays. Being negative again, Dart can extend plays. Not a good. I'm not high on Dart, to be honest with you. I think he's a good quarterback. He's not, in my opinion, a difference maker. In my opinion. I personally don't think, for example, you can win with Dart throwing 40 attempts a game. But I do agree with you. Our secondary is having issues. It's having issues. And sometimes it's being exploited and sometimes it's not. Judging gave us problems last season there. We can stop the run with a lighter box. See, AJ. So, boy, this is the thing about Tennessee, and I'm gonna do this short because we're not on Tennessee. I don't think people understand that Tennessee is such a simple offense, but it's so difficult to prepare for because it is a simple numbers game. Tennessee's offense is all about numbers. If you have to put 5 guys or 6 guys out because they spread you horizontally so much. If you only got 5 men in a box, they're gonna run the ball. If you have 6, they got a pretty good chance of running the ball. It's purely based on numbers. So here's the deal. Here's the difficult part. Since they stretch you out from sideline to sideline, you got 5 guys that have to be in the box. Where is that 6th guy going to be? Is he going to be splitting the difference? Is he going to be closer to the end line of the guy on the line of scrimmage to the tackle? Because if he's close, then they're going to just throw the damn screen. Are your DBs talented enough and strong enough and sound enough to handle 2-on-2? Because you're going to have a guy blocking a corner and a free safety got to be able to make a tackle in open space. It's as simple as that. If you go in there and play man, then they're going to run clear out routes. They're going to run a go with a dig. There's going to be some switch routes. So if you play man, it's also a problem unless you got 2 dudes who can play man. So that's their problem. Judkins, what did you say, AJ, earlier? Yeah, what was the score of the Ole Miss game last year? 2 years ago. I don't think it was that crazy. Nico didn't look unstoppable last night. Is our defense comparable to Oklahoma? Our defense is not comparable because it's not going to put our corners out on islands on a consistent basis. Remember, I'm just going to say this. They only scored 25 points on OU. If you harken back to see, this is the thing, y'all. And it was a match made in heaven, and that only helped the future of Heupel and his offense. Is he got Hendon Hooker? They haven't averaged the amount of points since he lost Hendon Hooker. That year, them MFs were averaging 40 plus points a game. They're not averaging that anymore. They're not as explosive as they have been. They're just not. They don't have the maestro that sees the game exactly like Heupel sees it. Dude, they were ticking on all cylinders that year. 25 points, man. I don't know. 22-19 Ole Miss. No, Judkins, but Judkins is gone too. And Judkins was a problem. Well, I think he was a true freshman that year too. You know who else is a problem? See, who else is a problem? Wilcox. I'm not saying he's on Judkins level, but Wilcox can be a difference maker. And I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen when Chip comes back. I don't know what's gonna happen when Patterson comes back. For all this trepidation about that running back room before the season started, that running back room is a net positive. And how do you take carries away from two guys who have proven who they are for a guy that we have no idea who he is or what he is for us? That is a tough decision. What's going to happen when Chip comes back? Does he just automatically becomes RB1? Or does he have to work himself back in? That's a tough problem to have. It's a good problem to have, but it's a tough. How do you take carries away from DSK and Wilcox? When this defense is executing and running to the ball, they are hard to beat. This is when you do your job. This is what I try to tell my guys is and I've been there, you don't want to miss a tackle. So a lot of guys play too much of I can't miss a tackle, coach. I don't want to miss a tackle, coach. I don't want to miss a tackle, coach. And with them trying to not miss a tackle, they give up their leverage. So then they attack this running back on the inside hip, and then he runs outside and you are contained. Do your job. Everything else will work itself out. Pop does his job. He probably needs to break down a little sooner, but look at the cavalry. All he had to do was slow the running back down, which he did. Boom, slow him down. Look at him coming. Look at him. That's what team defense is about. I would say if I was a coach, I wouldn't count this as a missed tackle. I would count it as a missed tackle, but I wouldn't count it as a negative on his grade because he turned them back in. Now, if he missed it and he was able to turn his corner, then that's a negative. If he missed it and he made them bump out like this, run the hump, and these guys are able to, I still wouldn't count it a negative. That's just me. This is a player straining, doing his job, and now his brothers are cleaning up. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are in the picture. That's all you want as a defensive coach. You want those guys flying to the ball and doing this. It's a tackle for a loss. Uh-oh. It is the dreaded 3rd and 13. 13 yards. We just don't do well against this. See, this is the problem is we remember on the bad plays. Look at this. How many guys did we rush? Rush 4. Great tackle by Childress. That was a win on a 3rd and 13, y'all. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Guess who beat Hooker? Lynn Bowden. Lynn Bowden beat Hooker? How did Lynn Bowden beat Hooker? Hooker was only in Tennessee 21 and 22, right? Lynn Bowden beat Garetano, I think. Peanut butter. Does Hayden Tennessee style of offense make me a salt bag? No. Is Patterson going to be back next game? I'm not sure, Farmer. No missed tackles on a TFL rule. Is that what you're asking for? I don't, even in the middle of the field, Johnny K. I'm a guy who, but yes, it's more in a tackle box. I mean, more, yeah, I don't know. Here's the deal. If you miss a tackle and force them to everybody else, I'm okay with it. Maybe because I understand how difficult it is to tackle in college, and those guys on scholarship, and their offensive coordinator expecting them to make you miss. I get it. There's levels to missing a tackle. That's all I'm gonna say. I can see a missed tackle and grade it accordingly. I guess that's what I'm saying. Chip is getting pinned out of his hand this week. Triangle time. Not yet, Steven. Defense only gave up 21 to Carolina if you take out the pick 6 in the field. No, you're right. Peanut butter, they for sure. Ah. Yes, you're right, Peanut butter. But that wasn't Heaton Hooker. That was a different quarterback at Vatech. His marriage with Josh Heupel brought out a different man. So, yes, in namesake, you're right. You're exactly right. I don't know. I'm gonna look at the snap count. How many snaps did Childress have this game? This guy here, man. Yes. Oh, Peanut butter, you really think about it. They came up a yard short against Tennessee and what? A couple plays short of beating Georgia that year in Athens. So this dude is special, man. This dude is special. He had this guy right here. This guy right here is going to see good old Wilcox in his nightmares. He's going to see him in his nightmares because he hasn't touched him in one-on-one situation. Hadn't touched him. This is tough. This is how I say a good back doesn't allow one guy in space to touch him. Not at all. Why are we in? I'm still learning, y'all. That guy see him, he's nightmares. Doesn't touch him. He doesn't touch him, y'all. From the end zone view, it's better. I don't know why we ain't see more end zone views. Childress played 37 snaps. Okay. This is so beautiful. When you can pin and pull like this, we got 2 men out in space on one. Now, you put the safety in the bind. Put a safety in the bind. All right. This is working them. Look how he drops his hips. Bam. Where 6? Did 6 touch him, y'all? 6 didn't touch him. Look, I said this on the cut up. No, I didn't say this one on the cut up. If we can hold, we can get that block right there. We can get that block right there and hold that block. This is 6. Who's that, Mincy? If Mincy could get that linebacker and hold that block, this is touchdown. I want you to understand how close these plays are. If this guy's eliminated and 6 whiffs, there's nobody else back here. Nobody else back there, man. So I won't. It's hard to not say, oh, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? Can we do this? Can we do that? Here's the deal. It goes back to execution, right? And this is not to say Mincy should make this block, because it is a hard block. They're gonna combo here, and now Mincy's gonna get to the next level. That's not easy. I just want y'all to understand that this is a run play, and this run play doesn't go to the house because of this right here. Their player was able to avoid that block, and he made the tackle. He slows him down enough to get this guy time to come over. If he doesn't slow him down and Wilcox has to start back over, this guy ain't making that tackle. He ain't making the tackle. All right? That's how close this play was. That's house call. So they bring in Wimsatt. We run a fake jet sweep. We get the blocking. Look at this. This is another one for me. I wish I had Jorge Coach Chandler on here. Are we not supposed to look inside? If he makes that block, look what happens. But it's nothing but first down to get 9 yards. I'm not gonna bitch about it, but that's what the plays can be. Let's get that first down. DSK got the first down. Now we're marching. Timing. If they're not going to play up on him, it's going to be a problem. I should probably go back to this one. Where is it? If they're not going to press him, it's going to be a problem because he's too good of a route runner. When you give him space to manipulate you, see all the timing? See, look, here's the other thing. Run a down ball. There's no other way I can say it. When you run the ball, watch safeties. Watch here. Watch here. Watch here. They got to respect the run. They have to. They have no choice. Because if they don't, we just going to gash them. Run fake opens a window. Here's the thing. Watch. Remember I said how when you run this guy's got to be a little patient. This guy's got to be a little patient, right? Because of the timing of the route. Because if we're going to fake, this is slow developing, right? So, and we can't go out there guns a-blazing and running full speed. Watch when his back foot hits and when Dane hits his cut. Back foot hit. See that? He's ready to throw. Back foot hits, ready to throw. The window is created because he went forward and those linebackers are in this wash. That's a window. That's an easy pitch and catch. Timing's on. Timing was on point on this play. It's all about timing. Boom. Easy pitch and catch. Now, we got to punch this damn thing in the end zone. That's the bad thing about that is we got to punch this thing in the end zone. Now, we got 5 yards. They jumped outside, so we took this, so it's 1st and 5. Now, from this point, we self-destruct. We cannot move, man. I think this is Farmer. You can see it right here. We cannot move. You just gotta hold out. You gotta hold your water. So now we get in the 2nd and 6. And we don't win on this down. They played the jet sweep well. They played it well. Here's the thing, though. We gotta make a block. Y'all, this is it's simple stuff, and it seems like it'll be play calling. Make that block. We got something. It's not gonna be a 1st down, but it's gonna be 3rd and short. If we can make that block right there, right? That's why I keep having to explain that those guys on scholarship, that guy made a great play. Now this is just, there's a couple things with this. It's not that I don't like the play call, I don't like the execution. Why is Brock going outside? Y'all, and I know we can't see it from the end zone, but the play is right here. If we get a block there, and I don't know who he blocks here, we have something. But we just went outside. Look at that. If he goes in here, we have something. And I know you're going to say, well, it's after you went outside. No, I'm going to go right to here. Right? When he's still in the pocket. If he presses this hole like a running back, which he's not, we can get up the field that way. That's where it is. Swifties escape again. Who are the Swifties? That one TD Brown had, the blocks. The one TD Brown had was one of the best design plays that was a variation from a jet sweep. I'll show it to you. Damn, we should have punched that in. Take care of your job. Do your job. Come up, force them back inside. And your teammates got to take care of their job when you force them back inside. Second and 8. That's stout defense, y'all. Now it's hard for me, y'all, because I'm not sure. But here's the thing, how I judge it. And I'm still toying over it because we got a safety in the middle. You can see a shadow. Is it single high, man under? Probably so. But the part that gets me up here, up at the top, is his eyes on the quarterback. Max, eyes on the quarterback. I'm not sure it's DJ eyes on the quarterback or they're here. I can't. It's hard for me to tell from this angle. If it's in man, That's not DJ's fault. But if it is, man, I am befuddled that this guy played it like that. Because he's usually more aggressive. I know his man, he normally doesn't backpedal. He normally plays catch. So they got us. I don't like it. I might have judged that wrong. I did a cut up. That might have been zone. Might have been man, not zone. Dude, it is, you're having a good day when your linebackers can flow without anybody at their feet. It's a great day when your linebackers can flow without anybody at their feet. And we're taken care of. That's not perfect, but that's good. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. All gaps are filled. I like the aggressiveness coming downhill. Then once Deion puts his paws on you, it's ball game. Sit down, young man. 3rd and 8. I think they converted on 3 third downs, maybe 3 out of 9, 3 out of 10. I got the wrong thing up. This guy on the sideline, Coach White, must feel real good about this unit because he's playing a lot of just straight man. A lot. So he feels good about these interior guys. And he feels good about the corners because he's putting them out in space. That's interesting. So he brought 6. Well, I'm going to say this. He brought 5. And I think this guy, D-Jack, was green dogging that running back. So what green dog means is if he comes up on this blitzer and blocks and engage, that allows me to come to blitz because this is the guy I was responsible for. So if he's blocking, there's no sense of me just being wasted back there. So he put pressure on. But this is a play where Souls, dude, it's like he shot out a cannon right there. If you can't see the change in speed right there, I don't know what I can't talk to you. Because that's a great play. That kid's got he has a chance. So AJ asked me about 3 to 4 plays. This is one. The deep out is hard on a corner with a guy with speed if the timing is right. Because I'm not going to let him complete a 9 route on me. So if he can make me turn my hips, it's going to be tough on me. If you can time that up and throw that 15 to 20 yard out route, more power to you, man. This guy's special, man. I like Wilcox. When I saw him in high school, just the ability to put his foot in the ground and go from 0 to 100 quickly. I thought this was 6 when it was live. I thought he was going to jump. Ooh, back-to-back plays. Then you're going to have to tap out. It's number 6 again. Y'all, this is so special. I don't think you understand. This is not a tight area. A big area. He made this guy not touch him in a phone booth. Watch. He didn't touch him. He did not touch him. That is how we used to do back in the day. I'll show you how we used to do back in the day. That is a ankle broker. That is a my ankle's broke. That is a that's the sound of the ankles breaking. Didn't touch him. Then he finish it with a poof, with a punch. Get off me, little fella. That's how you finish runs. Said his dad gave him the nickname Sack'em Souls. Dude, Souls has something in him. But he doesn't look that big, man. He doesn't look that big with that number on him. That 35 makes him look small. Oh my goodness, why? I don't know, AJ. I don't know what was worse. I think the ankles break in the phone booth was worse than the punch. The punch was nasty, but that ankle break it requires a cast or a walking boot. The punch in the face just a bag of ice. Look, I'm honest. You don't think Souls is 6 feet? I thought they list him at 6'2". Let me check my roster. They don't have him listed at 6'2"? Am I wrong? I'm not gonna look. Someone else can look on the Kentucky roster. I think he got him listed at taller than 6 feet. There's a couple things that, for me, it's just for me. I would rather you switch the tight end and Barion Brown and have Barion Brown run outside screens. I don't like him running these tunnel screens inside. I just don't. I don't think it's fitting to him. I just don't. Other thing is, are we too far away? Because we don't get the lineman. If he's got to catch this ball closer to the hash, maybe. I think I got something. I got like a marker. Maybe like right there. Then right here. I just think he's catching it too far away from his lineman for his lineman to get out there and make a block. Right? See, he catches right there. I think that's too far. But then if you get close, he's closer to. I don't know, man. I just don't think he's the. I'm just not. I don't think. I just don't like running screens to Barion Brown. (6'2", 225. They had Bolden at 6'1" pro. They had him at 5'10". Souls is 6'2" in the roster, but my eyes say something different. All right. I don't think he's under 6 feet, though. He doesn't look that small. I don't think he's under 6 feet. Again, timing route. Look, y'all. And AJ's asking about the rollout. He's fine in the pocket. If you give him time, his feet are clean. Oh, shoot. Where are we? Sorry, y'all. When his feet are clean, like right there, right? I feel good about it. But I also like when when Bush also give him a simple read. So, in essence, this is cover 2. We're going to read that linebacker. We're going to put him in conflict with this back. All right? Because we know in cover 2, let me use my tools. We're going to put this guy in conflict. We know in cover 2 that this safety, right here, that safety is going to have to give ground for the dig route. But this linebacker, if he expands, it's going to open up the window to throw in front of the safety. And that's what we did. You watch the linebackers, he's going to get occupied with DSK. He's going to get occupied with DSK, and he's going to open up that window. See how he gets occupied with DSK? See how that window opens? I don't think he has a man, but he gets occupied with him. Once he gets occupied, that window is humongous. All right? If this linebacker, I wish I could move him. If this linebacker goes from there to here, we would throw to DSK under the corner. I like the route concept. I like the simplicity of it. It makes an easy decision, easy rhythm throw for Brock. 6 points. Now, Waller, brother man, my old coach, didn't let corners blitz too much because of this. You got to make that tackle, brother. Now, the great thing about it, you made him turn in, but this is you. You can't fall to your knees, my man. Make that tackle. Good job, man. They are getting absolutely nothing. They had, what, 2 drives? So, this is hard, man. This is why empty is so hard. So, I want y'all to understand. If it was doubles, Pop wouldn't be here. He would probably be here. Okay? Reason why I say that is because now when still working on some stuff, y'all. When he runs, nope, that doesn't look good. When he runs anything in, he has to carry it further. So what happens is, if there was a linebacker here, he wouldn't carry it. So what happens is, he had to widen, and Childress widen, and it created a nice little window right there, which wouldn't be there if it wasn't empty. Empty is a problem for the defense and zone, because you got that extra guy on the route. But it's a problem for the offense because now you got to get the ball out your hand. So this route here was a problem. If you can see that he's widening and he's going to come right behind, and that's the window. This is tough. This is a good play design for what we were in because of trips. See, he would normally be here. So if it wasn't trips, you eliminate the outside guy. This is what linebackers do. When he comes across, you got a brother over here, you go the opposite direction. So even though he's going in, you don't follow him, you go the opposite direction, then that's a pick. That's what happened to D-Jack in the Southern Miss game. That's how he got his hands on the ball, and JQ subsequently picked it off because he went opposite. In this situation with trips, you got to hold this one a little bit longer because D-Jack is too far away. Because D-Jack had his 2 receivers over here. So he's got to worry about him. And so that forced Pop to have to squeeze this further than what he really wanted to, which opened up that. So Again, the offense is paid to make plays, and they made a play. That's not on Childress. That just, see how Childress had to widen? And then watch Pop follows this guy, and it creates a void. That's just a good call for the defense and trips. See that? So now there's a natural void, and it was good timing. Pop wasn't that far away from getting his hands on the ball, but he had to squeeze that tight end some. If he doesn't squeeze the tight end, the quarterback passes him, and there's nobody there. So we got a penalty on them, got a little hole. Good job. Break on the ball. That is perfect. 2nd and 16, 2nd and 15. Another good job. A little too much. 3rd and 11. Now we got to get off the field. You got to find a way to get off the field. All right? So this is another thing. So when you bring pressure and you don't get there, now you have troubles. Running quarterback, you got to make a tackle and not just come up and hit him. So Deion has to somehow hold a point because he created, I know he's got 3 guys on him. Oops, shit. Where are we, guys? This new software, I can't scrub like I could do on the other one. I got to figure out that. So 3rd and 11. So you got to have pass rush discipline. All right. That's a lane there. We need a guy in that lane, not 2 guys outside. When you rushing, there's also pass rush lanes. You cannot allow that. Now we also, linebackers got to come and make a better tackle. Now this was a hard one. When you do everything right, D-Jack almost get this, but D-Jack needs to also see this a little bit. It's hard, but if he sees that, because he's getting depth and he's just widening out too much, hey, they made a play. They made a play. I'm going to count as that. They made a play, but that's close. This is great eyes by D-Jack. You can see him. Look at him. I'm going to show D-Jack. Look at him. He is reading quarterback's eyes. Look at the eyes. He's reading it. Quarterback is just staring it down. And to me, like I say all the time, a lot of people say he's staring on the receiver. He's staring down Pop because he's running a choice route. If Pop expands, he's going to throw it right here. If he goes here, he's probably going to, I don't know if that guy goes inside or not. So for a quarterback, he's not staring the receiver down. See that? Since Pop, he went around Pop, he thought he had that one, but D-Jack stays home, reads eyes, almost have a pick. That's good work. D-Jack, man, I've been saying it for a long time. He's so underrated. He doesn't do the spectacular, but he does the things he's supposed to do. It's just amazing that this guy didn't get tackled all these times. It's like he got Teflon on him, some slippery substance. That's a fumble. Y'all, that's a fumble. I don't see how you can overturn it. If it's called a fumble on the field, it's a fumble. Watch this. He's losing it. How do you say he has it right there? How can you say he genuinely have it right there when it's moving? That ball is in his fingertips, but look, to me, it starts moving right there. That ball is out. Knees down right there. That ball's out. That's a fumble. Is it a questionable fumble? Sure. Am I sure it's definitely a fumble? No. But they call it a fumble on the field. Therefore, there is nothing that's disputable about that makes it not a fumble. He's losing that ball. But as an old saying, as what's the guy's name? Boy, I'm getting old. I can't. It's not Spreewell. I'm gonna come up with it. As a guy from North Carolina played for the Pistons said, ball don't lie. I'm gonna let it play because these plays don't matter. They were Rasheed Wallace. But when she says ball don't lie, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. That's ball don't lie. That was bull. Look, here's if they would have called it not a fumble on the field, I would have said, that kind of looks like a fumble. But I don't understand why they didn't call it a fumble. Because I can't tell. But when you call a fumble on the field, it's a fumble. AJ, I agree. I don't know what it is. I don't mind that shot. I don't mind the shot. Get upfield. ABS, get upfield. I know you're running with so much speed. Get up the field. Take that hit. See, that running backwards, man, is you got to get running backs, receivers, when you got the ball in your hand, get as much as you can. Tyler Am does a show with Sheed. Who is Tyler? Am I missing Tyler? Tyler. If you don't, I don't know who you are. But Tyler, I can't believe you're doing a show with Sheed. I saw a ball hit the ground, but none of the refs did and called a interception against Tim Cousins. One of the first few. Okay. I just don't like it. I don't like how the Tennessee game last year. All right. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I know how this play ends, but I don't like it. I don't like it because you know how when things go well for you, you continue to do it, but it's like almost false hope. I don't like Brock not stepping up to the pocket. It's a 3-man rush. There is no reason for him to go this way. It's zero. He's running. First of all, he could create a holding call right here because Mincy isn't expecting him to go outside of him. That's one. Second of all, you reduce your field that you throw into because now you're going to only probably throw to this side. That's the other thing. And it forms bad habits where you can lose yards and get a sack. Step up in the pocket. You can buy time stepping up in the pocket and then coming down the sideline, which I've seen you do before. But when you escape out the back end, it's a recipe for disaster. It's just a recipe. Now, we got away with it. Great pitch and catch. I'm just saying I don't like it. I really don't like it. So now we're in 3rd and 7 with Wilcox. Getting 2 and 1. See, like here, there's really no reason for him to escape this way. There's really no pressure at his feet yet. Stay patient. Now, I don't mind this one as much because I don't think he sees anybody open. So he's going to give them a chance to get open. He really didn't escape the back end of it. He kind of just scrambled to the side to give his guys some more freedom to work. And I'm going to tell you this. Watch this. I don't know if Dane Key didn't see him running, but Dane needs to come back to the quarterback. Watch Dane over here. Watch how close it is to being a reception. If he comes back earlier, Dane is still, see this? He's still not coming back yet. Ball's in the air. Now he comes back to the ball and he barely misses it. If he comes back and plays scramble drill, that's a completion. I can't believe he went for this on 4th and 7. Somebody in the press box, Bush must have told him, I got a 4th down play against this team. And they run a little flood, but a little different, which I wish I had the end zone cut, because from what I see here, it's interesting. This is, I don't know what they ran 100%, but I can guess. Seemed like we ran a typical, I'm just say this, a typical flood route, because this has flood concept to it. A typical flood route would be either him clearing out or him clearing out, all right? But let's go with the outside guy. Simplicity. Him clearing out, second level, first level, okay? But what they did was they brought the guys from the other side to create the levels. They cleared him out. They went him the opposite hash. And then they went tight end, Dane Key. That's difficult. Because now, as a defense, I'm not ready for this guy to be the whole shot. Watch. This is high level. So the reason why, usually the void, you would throw it here. But he threw it in between here. That's hard. Good ball. AJ said rate the hurdle. Dude, this is high level, and this is why it's high level. He ran through the hurdle. See how that right leg right there hits the butt? That's a run over the hurdle. And then he had a little wild trail leg and track. That foot needs to stay under the knee. So he got that foot a little bit above the knee. So I would rate it. Lead leg was great. Trail leg was okay. I 9. Dane said on that play, Brock got on his ass for not coming back to the ball. Huh. On this play, Steven? I'll be shocked about that one. Why would he come back to the ball this one? Oh, on the longer ball. On the one where it was where he was scrambling. Oh, on the one that was incomplete. I got you. Yes, he needs to come back to the ball. That was a good throw. But he made up for it. Every guy on 4th down. Then we just pounded. Yeah. DSK said you're too small. Yeah, I got you, Steven. I remember now. We can't give them nothing. Defense, we up 17. We can't give them nothing. Nothing. Now that's pretty good job right there. This, not so good. Did I miss a play, y'all? Did we get a penalty on this play? Or did I miss a play? That's 3:15. Then I go, I missed a play. This is not good. This is why playing man with safeties, to me, I don't like it. That's just me. Ty's got to stay inside of number 2. And there's no reason for him to turn at that moment. He turned, not only did he turn, but he turned. I want you to picture this. I think I got a tool here. Let's see if I can do it. Oop. I'm still learning, y'all. Huh. Can I go that way? Oh, I got it. I'm going to go the other way. I can go that way. Let's see if I can run it. So see how it goes? I'm working on it, y'all. I'm trying something. Stick with me. Nah, that ain't going to work because I don't think it. No. I could probably go more here. All right. Watch Ty Bryant. He's on the top of the numbers. And when he turns his hips, see how his foot gets like in the numbers? But the receiver never vacates off the top of the numbers. See that? The receiver stays on the top of the numbers and Ty Bryant goes in the numbers. So now he just beat inside. When you play man-to-man, you have to protect your inside leverage. You have to. That's the easiest throw. Force them. Here's the other thing. He's too wide. Here's when you read pre-snap. He's too wide. He's too wide to run a slot fade. Ain't enough room. He can't run a slot fade. The only thing he can run really right now is to run a hitch or to run something inside. That's all he has because of the alignment. He's 9 yards from the sideline. There's not much room. He's not running out. He's not. There's just not enough room to throw a 9 route. This guy can run a slot fade because he's got room. When he's lined up on the numbers, now if he was lined up like in a H-back position, maybe. Because now he's got about 12, 14 yards to work with. But he's not going out right now. So he's not going out. You allow him to kill your inside leverage. Now when he runs the in route, you are flipping your hips, worried about this. Be patient. You're in good shape. Stay inside of him and jam him. We just gave it up too easy. Nichols. I know he's young and it's hard to see, but he pauses right there. See that pause? You playing man. Go get him. If you worried, hit the outside shoulder so then if he tries to turn up, you're going to hit him. Hit that outside shoulder. Be aggressive, man. The worst thing to do is second guess yourself. Let's get off the field, fellas. 3rd and 10, money down. This is scary. This is very, very scary. Now, I can't see the whole play, but we are playing trail. That's a way to fight for the ball. But that's scary. I don't know the defense because I couldn't get the whole viewing angle. Even from the backside, we got scared. All right, y'all. Hey, Van, your stream is titled Second Half Georgia. No, it shouldn't be. Because I'm seeing right here, it says Ohio first half breakdown. I don't know. It shouldn't be called that because I can give you a screenshot. That's not good. If it is, let me see. I don't know why it would. And I don't know how I change it. You're on YouTube. Hopefully it'll change itself. Because I don't know why it would. John K. I got to see the end of the half. Everybody's talking about. Call a timeout too early. No, he didn't call a timeout too early. John K. We had some. I don't do Steve. Steve, you know I don't do special team. 96 seconds, y'all. 96 seconds. On the 9-yard line. With 1 timeout, 2 timeouts. You're asking a lot. We operated this to perfection. I don't mind the quarterback draw from the 9-yard line. I don't like it later in this drive. Look, we're okay. Minute 26, we're at the 30. You don't want to do anything to give them the ball back when we're at the 9. So let's punch it out of here. get to the 40, then readjust our intentions, because you don't want to get them the ball back and give them a chance to get points. So for me, I don't see nothing wrong with this drive at all. Now, I personally don't like this throw. I personally, just me, I would throw it here with the chance to get out of bounds. That's me. Some reason this. So we throw it to Dane Key, he can get out of bounds. But we get the first down, so it's just as good. We just don't get the free timeout. Now, we're at midfield with 48 seconds. That's more than enough time to kick a field goal. Because like I tweeted, fans think that 2-minute drills equates to touchdown. 2-minute drill equates to points. A touchdown is just extra sauce on it. You want to come out of this thing, if you can, with points. Simple as that. 96 seconds isn't a long time when you don't have 3 timeouts. I think it's this play that derailed the whole thing. This play. The quarterback draw. You got 2 timeouts and you got to waste one now. You have to. So now that timeout could have been used when these jokers were down walking down the field after the incompletion. That play right there forced a timeout. You have no other choice. If you don't use a timeout there, we're fine. But we call QB draw. It doesn't work. Now the clock is ticking, and you gotta waste one of your timeouts. That's mistake number 1. Now does anybody know if this was? It obviously wasn't called a catch. This must not have been a catch. I couldn't tell on the. So that's not a catch, but we get the penalty, right? This is the second big mistake as a quarterback. With 1 timeout left, they put a little pressure on you, which to me isn't great, isn't like crazy. Step up in the pocket. There's no reason to run unless there's no one open. Now, I can't tell from the end zone what's going on. I can't tell from the end zone what's going on in here because my viewing angle is limited, but you shouldn't pull it down. Right now, as a quarterback, you step up and now you assess. I go here, I can go here. If I don't like it, let me use this tool. Throw the ball out of bounds. Throw the ball out of bounds. Throw that thing out of bounds to save the time. So now it'll be 32 seconds left, 2nd and 10. But no, we don't do that. We run and we slide. That's inexperience. Tick, tick, tick. Now we have no timeouts. That's the problem. You got no timeouts. You should have had 2. You should have called a quarterback draw, and Brock should have thrown the ball out of bounds. We ain't worried about so many yards right now. We're worried about the clock we worry about the clock and field position. If he throws that ball away, we have a timeout left. Listen, we have a timeout left. So, in this play, right here, $20 seconds, 19 seconds. Play clock is running. Play clock is running. Play clock is running. All right. Just imagine if Brock would have thrown the ball out of bounds. Play clock is running. Tick, tick, tick. This is on the coaches and the coaches alone in this situation. But the players could have helped the coaches on the prior play. But this is a player, this is a coach's thing because they're looking for the coaches right here. We still ain't got a play in. See, peanut butter, I know it's the jokes, but a field goal is what you want out of this situation. That's why I don't. That's the hard thing for fans to understand. 96 seconds with 2 timeouts. No 2-minute warning. You're on a 9-yard line. First of all, you're trying to get out and not punt. So you got to run the ball. So you're going to run a little clock. If they got the ball on the 30-yard line, mindset is different. They got the ball on the 9. If I get a field goal after starting on a 9 with 96 seconds left, I'm good with that. But players, tick, 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 tick. We have 7 seconds. We still haven't fucking lined up. We have 4 seconds. We just lined up with 2 seconds. That's on the coach. Because we didn't get the play in soon enough. All right? But if we don't fucking slide and we throw the ball out, we have a timeout to waste. If we don't run quarterback draw, we got 2 timeouts. That's why you kick the field goal. Right now, you got no timeouts. All right. You got no timeouts. And I understand there's 19 seconds. I totally get it. Blah, 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 blah. You got 19 seconds and it's 3rd and 11. What are you going to get out of this play? Besides time. Besides time ticking off the clock, and the guy has to get at least a first down or he's got to get out of bounds. If you don't do neither, you shit out of luck. If you don't do neither, you out of luck. Listen, if you don't do neither because you wasted the timeouts because of the quarterback draw and the quarterback not throwing the ball out of bounds, you are up shit's creek because it's 3rd and 11. If it was 3rd and 4, have no problem. 3rd and 4, you get the first down. You spike the ball. You probably have 10 seconds left on the clock. Maybe 12. On 3rd and 4 or 5. It's 3rd and 11. What's the chances of you getting this first down on 3rd and 11 anyway? If you don't get the first down, the damn clock is running. You know what's worse? If you don't get the first down, someone is tackling the guy on the ground. So if you tackle the guy on the ground, you're going to get off slowly. So then that guy got to run out the field. It's not a situation to try to get a first down. Because what are you going to do when you get the damn first down? What? You get a little more yards? If you're trying to get 5 yards, you run a down 5-yard out. You don't try to run a down play that's slow developing. If you're trying to get 5 yards to get yourself in better field goal position, you run a different fucking play that would not have resulted in a damn sack. So for me, what are you going to get out of this play? You're going to get nothing. There's nothing that you can win on this play. There's zero. Except the fucking clock running out. That's the only thing with no timeouts. If you would have not run a quarterback draw, and your quarterback is situationally aware to throw the ball out of bounds in the situation he was in, we wouldn't be in this predicament. You have 2 timeouts, so then you can say, okay, if we don't get the 3rd down play, we can call a timeout. All right, I'm done. This was a bad decision to go for it, but the plays before this caused this problem. So now, listen to me. This is why it's hard to do this. Now, if he wouldn't have fumbled, it wouldn't have been as bad because they did have 14 seconds. But now they are fighting for the fumble because we want the ball. We don't want them to get. Only bad things can happen. Only bad things can happen. Now, here's the crazy part about it. What would happen is, if he went for the field goal with 19 seconds left on 3rd down, people would have been pissed. Oh my God, why are we kicking the field goal? In my Kevin Hart, oh my God, why are we kicking the field goal? With 19 seconds, oh my God, he just want to kick a field goal. Oh my God, why don't we ever do this? Oh my God, why don't we ever do that? Look what happens when the fucker does something that y'all would have wanted him to do. Now he fucking doesn't get points. Kick the fucking field goal. There is nothing that can help you. Zero. Kick the field goal. It's the easy decision. It's similar to the decision last week. You don't do this. This is not fucking Madden. This is not NCAA 25. This is not where, I can restart the damn computer if something bad happens. This was not a failure. This was a situation where we're not good as the OC and the players in this situation. We're just not, because Brock cannot scramble on that down and not throw the ball out of bounds. It's simple. Now, if he as a quarterback felt that he could have got the first down, different story. But there's no way he could have felt he got a first down. There's too many people in front of him. Now, if the Red Sea would have opened, there's nobody in front of him. Okay, go for a run for the first down. Clock stops. Then we can spike the ball if we need to. Then we 2nd and 10. That's situational football. You cannot slide inbounds with one timeout left. If Hannah ends up in a turn, you stupid peanut. Crazy part is you and A. Scribe last. Y'all, I understand. I get it. I grasp it. As fans, it's so much easier to say, do this, do that. I totally get it. I'm not going to lie to you. But in a situation, the flow of the game dictates certain situational play calls. And there was nothing wrong with how it ended last week and really how it ended this week until 2 plays. There's 2 plays. There's 2 plays in this drive. The starter drive with the quarterback draw, some of the runs, some of the dump offs. When we got to the 50-yard line with like 50 seconds left. That's more than enough time to get points. We had points if we do what we're supposed to do. Again, new coordinator with new quarterback. New situation. I understand. Sometimes need to explain it to some others to understand what happened. 3rd and 11 had no business of happening. 3rd and 11 had no business happening. None. It's unfortunate. But we should have never been in 3rd and 11. We should have been able to kick a field goal with 19 seconds left and then kick the ball off and let them use the victory, not the victory, it's not victory, whatever the kneel down situation, and then go in the half up 20-0. And when you get points with 96 seconds on your 9-yard line with 2 timeouts, that's a fucking big win. 96 seconds on the 9-yard line. And you get the ball out to the 35 with the way we were producing plays. That would have been the perfect ending. Similar to the ending last halftime where we got 3 points. Y'all want touchdowns. Remember that other team is on the field too. They're preventing you from scoring touchdowns. The same thing would have happened last week. We would have tried to, I'm not saying the exact same thing. We had 9 seconds. Y'all want to run one more play. Come on, man. Take the damn points. All right, y'all. Who said that? Kentucky said, I had a lot of people on. I want to thank y'all. If you knew, I want to thank y'all because I know how long this thing lasts. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in and staying with me if you're still watching. I hope you enjoy it because I enjoy talking to y'all all the time. If you are afraid to ask a question, don't be. There's no such thing as a stupid question on Watchman Styles. I will try to explain it as best as I can. I think I've shown that I will answer any question. I try to answer all the questions. If I miss one, I'm sorry, because sometimes y'all be freaking typing and I can't scroll fast enough, and sometimes I miss them. But I think I try to. I'm probably 95% answering. So if y'all have a question, ask it. I think that makes the show fun because I can interact with real fans and I can ask real fan questions, which other people probably have the same question. So be bold enough in the future, if you didn't tonight, because it's your first time of typing on Twitter, typing on YouTube, and asking a question. I don't bite. I might say some choice words, but it's all in fun. Again, like, comment, subscribe, go to YouTube, get my numbers up on YouTube, y'all. I would appreciate it. Get me up. I don't know what I'm at, 400. I'm under 500 followers on YouTube. Get me to 1,000. I'm cool on Twitter. I don't know, 5,000 people on Twitter, whatever. I'm cool on Twitter. Get me up to 1,000 on YouTube. I would appreciate it. Other than that, I think that's it, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. I know it's late, but I appreciate y'all for sticking around with me. And V Styles out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.